Ole Miss signing Cannon Goldin now joining us at Super 60. Cannon, man, good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by.
Good to see you all. Thank you for having me.
OG, two-time prep baseball All-American. Let's go back to the first year. You kind of break your foot, can't play. You're still coming up to Milwaukee, hobbling around. How difficult it is for you to not be on a field?
I mean, it sucked, but since it was the first one, I mean, I didn't want to miss it. I felt like I kind of earned the invitation, and I was honored enough to get it. So, I felt like it was my responsibility to go up there, but it sucked watching. But, it was awesome to play in it this year.
Well, you got to join me in the broadcast booth. So
right, no, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Put that on the resume.
That's right.
But talk about this summer, right? You go into the big draft summer. You're at all the marquee events. These big events culminating in Miami. You stop playing football, right? You've kind of focused full time, which has got to be tough. I know your dad's a football guy. It's tough not to be out there at Buford High School, which is a perennial power. What was it like going throughout the summer and knowing that, hey, I'm going to focus on baseball? Was that a tough adjustment?
It was a super tough decision, but at the end of the day, coming up to, wherever my future goes, I felt like it was, the best choice just to, be able to have a real off season and really train and really focus on the consistency of, real baseball skills, not just physical tools. So, I mean, I think overall it's going to help me have a really productive spring, but it was definitely a hard choice, but I feel like, for the long term, it's a lot better.
I think you can always gauge a guy by how seriously he just takes every single aspect of what he does. And I remember watching you at preseason All-State a year ago, and you guys were getting ready to run, and you were just getting really mad about the jump that you were getting, especially coming back from injury. So talk to us a little bit about that and just about how seriously you take every aspect of what you do when you're putting your name out there of you as a baseball player. I
just think, consistency and discipline is just kind of played a huge role in the player I am today and the person I am today on and off the field. I think success and all that comes with discipline and just kind of staying to your routine, no matter the circumstances of the day. So I think that's really starting to really push me to this point so far, and I think it's really going to take me far so far in the career.
I want you to talk to me a little bit about your relationship with your dad, because my baseball career was a huge deal, father and son. The amount of times we would go hit and we were yelling at each other sometimes, but the bond that brought in baseball, and I'm trying not to tear up here, about hard work and work ethic and resiliency and just trying to get better. What has it been like with your dad? Because I know he's such an important part of your life.
So he doesn't miss anything. We're up here in Chicago right now. We go to Miami. We go to Milwaukee. He's there every single time, and I'm his first kid. And no matter how many times we butt heads, he knows and I know that we love each other, and he's always the first one there for me. Outside the dugout, bad game, over 4, and I'm trying to get emotional too, but he's the one who's there for me, and he's the one who's willing to go up to the gym late at night and do flips with me, put the ball in the tee for me. He's the one who's there videoing everything. He's the one traveling with me. So he's been a huge deal in my career, and I don't think it's going to change at all.
So let's keep the conversation on the Goldin family, because your sister LG 2029 is the #1 ranked softball player in the nation. Hit .540 at the high school level last year, 27 for 27 on stolen bases. How good is your sister?
It's ridiculous. It's a show to watch. She's legitimately the best player in the country. Janie too. Janie's the 4th ranked player in the country, and she's going to have several options to go play college softball next year. So the whole entire I put it back on my parents, them just kind of installing that work ethic for us at a young age has really taken them far in their career so far, and they're so young. But I love going to watch them. It's such a show.
And how much better are they than you?
A lot. A lot.
Cannon,
it's ridiculous. They're so good.
Cannon Goldin ready to show out at Super 60, man. As always, we appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
A lot more Super 60 coming your way, so don't go anywhere.